There we go. That's what we need. All right. Good morning, guys. Um, so I said I would run through this real quick if I can find my epic pen. Actual bullshit. Oh, there it is. All right. So, looks like the books are cooked. I'm pretty sure the year-over-year drop in PPI is actually impossible given the numbers. But we're not going to talk about that. It does look like that we pushed above the peak of gamma here in the opening session. I think um, SPX is opening right around 65.50. So about right here. Um, this is the 0DT gamma. Go down to all expirations. There's still some gamma to the upside. However, it does weaken pretty substantially above 50, which adds some pinning effect. Profit taking could fall back to the 25 level, where there is more significant support, but some support at 40, 30 as well. On the delta side, obviously gamma falls off real hard above 50. Got a pretty steep drop off in gamma all the way out to 60, or delta all the way out to 65. We can take a look at how that looks into the end of this week. As you can see, 50 is kind of the upside peak there. It's a little bit out at 60, so some room to push up at open, but not a lot. Remember, profit taking, given the bump in IV on calls, is going to be highly incentivized in about 3 minutes here. Same for charm, just about the peak there. Now remember, gamma, charm, and vana flows due to skew are quite supportive at these levels. So despite us being very far above VN, there are a lot of positive hedging flows that could keep the market maker in the range here where they're losing money. Take a look at the gamma curve. Gamma curve is actually still steepening. We haven't quite moved out to the peak of gamma, but there is a very defined one out at like 65.75, which just presents a little more range than what we see on the delta there, but not much. I mean, like an extra $15. And I would say it's probably fairly unlikely that we test that. We would need some serious repositioning, and then we would also need nobody to want to take profits on the news. And remember, if PPI is dropping, then CPI, if the books aren't cooked, then CPI should be up quite a lot. Because that would infer that there is a very significant amount of pass through to the customer side, which I think everyone's felt. But we'll see how that kind of turns out tomorrow. Over here, we saw delta and gamma neutral rise slightly yesterday, with vega neutral moving a little bit further from spot. Vega neutral on the SPXW chain now at 65.60, which is about $10 above where spot is now. On the SPX chain, we've pushed up about $65 over VN. So remember that the concavity of the market maker's hedge is fairly deep here. The market maker is not going to do a whole lot to support additional upside moves. They will hedge as long as the trend persists, but should that trend fail, they will likely not step in until their P&L on their books is back to neutral. Let's see if I can get this fucking thing to load. All right. We obviously had a very large bump in put leverage yesterday. We saw that with the VX VIX correlation confirming it here. not only did that bump in put leverage move closer to spot, but it rose by about 1.3, which is a fairly significant move. We also see that in out of the money call delta yesterday, um, taking a significant jump upwards, and in the money put delta rising quite a lot as well. So those are very substantial moves yesterday in options volume. So I'd say that a lot of this leverage up is probably short dated, but it is very significant all the same. Um, mm, hmm, that doesn't look like it's been updated for 2 days. Okay, well we'll ignore that feature for now. And then I think that's about it. Yeah, so opening where we're opening. Well, I guess we'll look at vol. Opening up where we're opening. We're definitely above the MM's expected move. um, which looks like it's about 57, 57 points to the upside. Almost exceeded that. Well, not anymore because now we're selling off already. Um, yeah, so I said that was going to happen. Okay, anyway, so I guess market's open. We're good to go. Let's see if we get support either at 40 or alternatively down at 25. Anyway, I'm gonna grab some coffee, and I will be back in a few minutes. And get you guys some live data going. All set. Okay. And ooh, okay. Got some connection issues today too. That's not fun. Um, what else is it gonna do? Hold on. Oh yeah, I'll clip this.